Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. In this video post, I want to document what happened last night in the New York Mets baseball game. Before the season began, I predicted that the Mets would be in this World Series. I'm most confident about them being in the 111th World Series, which will happen in the fall of 2015. Why? Because New York, with simple English gematria, sums to 111. And as I just said, this will be the 111th World Series. New York has two baseball teams, the Mets and the Yankees. Based on this study of numerology and gematria, I am convinced the Yankees have won their last World Series. I don't think they'll win another World Series for as long as baseball's around. And we'll get into that, but what I want to focus on is the Mets. So last night they improved to 9-3, a lot like the number 93. The state of New York is obsessed with the numbers 39 and 93. Episode 339, I did a post on the Keith Yandle trade to the Rangers and why I thought that foreshadowed that New York would be winning the Stanley Cup this year. They put him in the number 93. They earned their 39 win, his first team on the game. They defeated a team with a 39 gematria and a whole lot more. And that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to 39 and 93 in New York. So let's just look at this though. Last night the Mets improved to 9-3. The team they defeated became 3-9. The winning pitcher was Jacob deGrom, which fits right in with this 93 thing. His ERA after the game is now .93. His whip, that's walks plus hits per inning pitched, is 1.14. That's another curious number, a little bit besides the point for this one, though. But check this out. The gematria of the name Jacob deGrom is 93. And again, they improved to 9-3 last night. His ERA right now is .93. They defeated the Marlins, who became 3-9. To me, these are benchmarks for the fact that the Mets will be going to the World Series, and they're probably going to be getting a lot of numerology tributes throughout the season. They've already had one before this, which we'll also touch on. But again, I just want to emphasize these points with New York. The abbreviation NY in simple English gematria sums to 39. New York with Pythagorean gematria sums to 39. The establishment date for the state is July 26th, 1788, a date numerology of 39. The United Nations in New York is 39 floors tall. The newspaper, the New York Times, has a gematria of 93. One World Trade Center, which replaces the World Trade Center complex, sums to 93. And recall, the World Trade Centers on that date of the attack, the first plane to hit the building, Flight 11, hit at the 93rd floor, damaging the 93rd through 99th floors, all part of the hoax. Yes, the World Trade Centers and what happened on September 11th is in much the same way as big of a hoax as what we witness on the daily with these sports games, which are completely rigged by numerology. The connection is that they're both deceptions. The people who are watching are being lied to. They don't know what's really going on. They're watching something that is more than what they know. Are you seeing it, Truth Seeker? Do you think this is a coincidence? The Mets improved to 9 wins, 3 losses with a 93 pitcher who now has a .93 ERA, defeating a team who's becoming 3-9. This scripting is going on through all of sports. If I understood numerology and gematria and all this as well as the Masons do, I'd be able to decode every single thing they're doing. But my disadvantage is that I've had to learn this from nowhere. The reason I also find this ironic, Truth Seeker, is because it happened yesterday, which is my dad's birthday. And when it comes to me and my dad, we've never been as good as buddies since I quitted playing baseball. He raised me, I think, to be a professional baseball player. And I was a very good baseball player as a kid. And I quit as a teenager kind of as a protest. Regrettable decisions. Also, with regards to this Jacob deGrom, do you see his birthday? June 19th, 1988. 6-1988. Add these three numbers together. 6 plus 19 is 25, plus 88 more is 113. This other number we find coded into athletes and so much more. So I expect a lot from Jacob deGrom. This is probably a future star player. He's young right now, 26 years old. And it looks like him and the Mets are going places this year. So I think we're going to hear a lot about Jacob deGrom. Moving on, earlier this year, Matt Harvey, the other star pitcher for the Mets, who wears the number 33, he got his debut at Citibank Field on April 14th, 2015. This is a date with 33 numerology. Citibank is one of these mini banks with a coded 33 in the name. This is not uncommon for banks. Think about Bank of America. Their symbol is the U.S. flag, made up of three 11s. 11 plus 11 plus 11 is 33. The U.S. flag was established on a date with 33 numerology. And when it comes to 33, it's often coded with 93. Think of Flight 93 on September 11th of 33 passengers. Think of the 93 World Trade Center bombing in New York. The old stadium before Citibank Stadium was Shea Stadium. Shea is a 33 word. And do you know what? When it was torn down at 11:22. The final piece of the building was torn down at 11:22. What is 11 plus 22? 33. See, True Seeker, the Masons run the sports leagues. They are in total control. It is mind-blowing. It even blows my mind, the micromanagement of these stats to get an ERA to .93 for the 9-3 record with the 93 pitcher. People think this is proof that aliens or supercomputers are running everything, but that's just flawed thinking. Imagine if there are a network of people who understand gematria, who understand numerology, who understand that the way these sports are supposed to go is through this numerological process, which it's obvious that's what's going on and has been going on since the beginning. If the people know this code, then these things can be arranged and scripted this way. I've documented it in every single professional sport, even outside of the United States now. If anybody is watching this and thinks it's a coincidence, I don't know what to say. You know? A lot of people clicked on that Keith Yandel post I did that had never seen this work before and commented that I was just the biggest idiot to ever be alive to think any of this was even possible. But the truth is we the people have been made into idiots. I've known for my whole life that society is a collection of idiots, and I live in a circus. You know, I try not to be arrogant about it. I try to be humble about it. I've tried to be a good person because of it, but I've sought out my whole life. I saw it when I was a little kid in a classroom, and kids couldn't answer the simplest questions. Too cowardly to raise their hand, too scared to be wrong. I saw it as a little kid on a baseball field where I spent a bunch of time. Scared to go up and face the pitcher. Scared to get in front of the ball. Fearful people. A bunch of spectators. And that's also what sports help create. The spectator culture. The people that live from the sidelines. We live in a numerological hoax, True Seeker. With regards to the Mets, they've won the World Series 2 times in the year 69 and in the year 86. And recall, 86, words such as triangle and pyramid equal 86. One last point, True Seekers. Again, New York equals 111. This will be the 111th World Series. The Rangers, I have my eye on to win the Stanley Cup, and I really do think the Mets will be in that 111th World Series. Look at what the Rangers closed out with in points for the season. They led the league with 111. New York equals 111. New York Rangers had 111. And as I also said at the beginning of the video, the reason I don't think the Yankees will ever win another World Series is because they've already won 27. MLB in gematria is 13 for M, 12 for L, and 2 for B. Added up, 27. The Yankees have 27 World Series titles in the MLB. Perhaps they'll go on another drought like Boston, Cubs, and other teams who've done similar things in the past. So that's pretty much the extent of it, Truth Seeker. Keep your eyes on the Mets and the Rangers. Things look favorable for New York. Until next